Run as fast as you can and don't look back. Y'all must think I like white chocolate. If I held the door for you and say thank you and I bop you upside the head, that's being rude, but I wouldn't do that to nobody. He trying to be a player all the time but forgot that he was the water boy on the team. What's the YouTube? It's your girl Makyla and I'm back with another YouTube video. So in today's video, y'all, I'm bringing y'all my unpopular opinions. Some of them are about me and some of them are about topics that y'all wanted me to cover. But before we do all of that, I want to welcome everybody back to my channel. If you're a new returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So let's get into it. So about 2 weeks ago, I asked y'all to swipe up on my story with topics you wanted me to cover, and y'all said what y'all had to say, and I'm here to give y'all my opinion on what y'all had to say. So we just giving opinions on top of opinions on top of opinions. Say that 3 times as fast. So the first thing y'all said was Marvel films are boring. I don't really know how to have an opinion on that because I've only ever seen 2. And the 2 that I saw, they were really good. I saw Black Panther and then I saw Venom last week. The next thing y'all said was the red flag trend. Honestly, I think this trend is super entertaining. But let's be honest, some of y'all is actually coming after one person. Y'all using this trend to directly talk about somebody without talking about somebody. If you got beef with somebody, then just say that. The next thing y'all said was that Jacquees is the king of R&B. Jacquees can't think that he's the king of anything because he's literally, what, 21, 22? And there's R&B musicians who's been at this for 20 and 30 years. Baby, they got time on you. Clearly, y'all haven't heard of TLC, Monica, Keisha Cole. But if this statement had to be true, Jacquees can call himself the king of R&B of his time. Next thing y'all said was listening to Youngboy. If he listens to Youngboy, you need to lace up your lemon pepper steppers and get the stepping. Run as fast as you can and don't look back. Because some of y'all who be listening to Youngboy, y'all really be thinking this is your life. You be thinking that you living this boy's life. You're not. I done seen it too many times at my school. You talking about we in the hood, we had it hard, we struggling, but you live in the suburbs. Try again. Okay. Alright, y'all, let's shift gears. We'll come back to the ones that y'all wanted me to cover, but I want to go over some that y'all said about me. The first one y'all said was, you don't date black guys. Chocolate! Y'all must think I like white chocolate. Chocolate! There's nothing wrong with dating white chocolate swirl, but it's something about that melanin that hit different. Chocolate! The next one y'all said was you're rude. Honestly, I'm not rude at all to anybody unless you're rude to me first, because, like, why would you be rude to me?
You probably had the right idea, right, but the wrong.
If I held the door for you and say thank you and I bop you upside the head, that's being rude, but I wouldn't do that to nobody. I wouldn't.
So with that being said, what girl? Don't play with me.
But if we talk about from the perspective of like the vibe that I give off, I don't think that I give off a rude vibe. I'm a very approachable person, but I'm not gonna approach you because I'm a very shy person at the same time. So like, next thing I said was Tyler Perry shouldn't have ended the Medea series. I can agree with you on that one. Honestly, it's super funny, but he said that he ended it because it was so tiring having to put on that costume and film for hours on end. I feel like when he released the character of Medea, it probably made that man millions. And we talking millions because, like, imagine when this came out, there was memes about it. It just blew up the whole internet of seeing an elderly woman act all gangster. But to be honest with you, he probably will bring it back as a business move. The next thing y'all said was boys trying to be players all the time. He trying to be a player all the time, but forgot that he was the water boy on the team.
And
How you do that? Something's not adding up. Anyway, I do agree with you. Like, boys do trying to be players all the time. And it's like, you did this for what? You know, we're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you. The next thing I said was, if he got misunderstood or loner in his bio, he's probably toxic. Because there's a reason why you feel misunderstood, and there's a reason why you're alone. Y'all know somebody whose Instagram bio looks like that, but done had 100 girlfriends and say, oh girls, they just do me so wrong. You mean out of 100 girlfriends you done had, they all did you dirty? That's a red flag. The next thing y'all said was, I look bougie. Me? Bougie. So let's define what a bougie person is. In my opinion, a bougie person is a stuck-up person. I'm definitely not a stuck-up person at all. Like I said, I'm very approachable, I'm very friendly, I'm a very sweet person. But I also imagine a bougie person to be a person who wears a bunch of name brand items, they're braggadocious, and that definitely doesn't describe me. I like my name brand stuff, but there's no reason to be braggadocious about anything, because as quick as you get your blessings, quick as they can be gone. The next thing I said was testing should be banned on animals. I can agree with that, because listen, them animals been here way longer than us, and as soon as we showed up, what we did? Mess up their habitat. Y'all just can't keep y'all hands to yourself. Leave them animals alone. The next thing I said was this generation goes through more stuff than any other generation. I can agree with that, but let's make this clear. All generations have had their own problems that they had to struggle and deal with, but this generation, where do we even start? Like, I feel like this generation is so unique compared to any other generation that we don't take nothing from nobody. You know, we're a little hard-headed. We have our good and bad to us, just like any other generation. But as far as when it comes to dealing with stuff, I mean, you know, it's a whole pandemic going on, political issues, racial issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. We'd be here all day if we named everything. The next thing I said was music is better than watching movies. I can agree with you on that, because I don't really watch that many movies. But then imagine you got on a good song and you just feeling yourself. Like, a good song could really make you just turn all the way up and turn your mood up as well. But when you're watching a movie, you got to sit there, you got to pay attention to detail, and then you got to get you a little snack or whatever. Both are equally entertaining, but one just can raise your mood up within 3 minutes, because songs don't be long nowadays. That's what we really need to be talking about. Why do y'all rappers be making 2-minute songs, and by the time we get good into the song, it's already over? The next thing I said was girls that wear wigs don't have hair or doesn't know how to take care of their hair. Who told you that? It's a good thing I don't got my wig on, because y'all would have been hurting my little feelings. First of all, wigs are protective hairstyle, and baby, what you think the clips in the wig is attached to? Have you seen a wig tutorial? Everybody wants to talk about black girls wearing wigs or weaves and not embracing their natural hair, but just because I put in some braids, that doesn't mean that I hate my real hair. That just means that I'm putting in these braids because I don't want to sit there and detangle this hair every day. I don't want to sit there at the end of the day and my hair is all the way poofed out, or having to tell people several times a day, don't touch my hair with your crusty dusty fingers. So wearing a wig or weave doesn't mean that you hate your hair or you don't know how to take care of hair. It's just easier when your hair isn't something else to maintain. Secondly, let's talk about the fact that if you go into Walmart or Walgreens or anywhere like that, where are the black hair products? What that one little shelf gonna do for me? Nothing at all. This next thing, I find this kind of funny that y'all said this. The next thing y'all said was Rosa Parks isn't an activist. Don't let Rosa hear that. Look, let me tell you the story from my perspective. Rosa got off work one day and she got on the bus and she said, "Ooh, child, I'm tired. I'm not going to the back of the bus." And then the bus driver gonna come up and say, "Now you know your kind got to go to the back of the bus." And she, you know, she looked this way, she looked that way, and then she looked to the front and looked around again and said, "Well, who is he talking to? I'm sitting right here." And it started from right there. You know, Rosa, she led a revolution of black people sitting at the front of the bus. But here's the kicker. Why do black kids sit in the back of the bus anyway when Rosa fought hard that day to sit up front? She is an activist, because for her to do that during her time, she could have got killed. She could have got locked up. The next thing I said was sweet potato pie is overrated. You must have had some dry sweet potato pie, or you was eating a patty pie.
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this? I don't taste anything. I don't taste sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg.
Clearly you've never had none of my grandma's sweet potato pie, because once you try that,
the flavor, oh my God, it's so real. Like,
your taste buds will be in love forever and ever. I don't think sweet potato pie is overrated. Literally have it like once a year. How can it be overrated? The next thing I said was guys should always pay on the date. I can kind of agree with that and kind of disagree with that. It's a gentleman-like thing to do to pick up the tab, but I'm not going to stop you. If you already taking out your debit card, I'm not about to stop you at all. The next thing I said was TikTok isn't toxic. I don't know what TikTok app you're on, but TikTok is definitely a toxic place. You could be posting the most innocent dancing video and somebody gonna have something to say about your outfit. People on TikTok notice every little detail. I be reading the comments and I'm like, how y'all notice that within this 15 seconds? I watched the same video y'all watched and I ain't noticed none of that y'all just pointed out. That's how you know some people, they be having too much time on their hands to sit there and analyze your videos. The next thing I said was YouTube doesn't hit anymore. I can kind of agree with that, because a lot of content creators, they're posting the same kind of content. When something goes viral on YouTube, everybody makes a video on that topic. Obviously, everybody's going to do that video in a slightly different style, but it still gets boring after a while seeing that same sort of concept. And we're not going to talk about how the big content creators can post content that isn't really content worthy, but still get millions of views. But smaller YouTubers are working their butt off to get them little 100 views, and YouTube not recommending our stuff. YouTube, you got an answer to that for me? The next thing y'all said was Halloween. I never really celebrated Halloween. You know, my mom and my grandma would just buy us candy, but other than that, the dressing up thing, we never really did. It's kind of scary to let your kids, like, get candy from a stranger, but your parents always tell you don't take candy from a stranger, but it's okay if we knocking on their door dressed up in a Halloween costume. The next thing I said was mayo is disgusting. I've never tried mayo to say that I don't like it. You know how you just look at a food and be like, oh, I'm not gonna like that. That's how I am about mayo. The next thing I said was light skin privilege doesn't exist. I don't know if you've been living under a rock, and don't y'all sit there and say nothing about me being biased. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Yes, light skin privilege does exist. If it didn't exist, why would there be people trying to bleach their skin to look lighter? Why are more light skinned people hired over dark skinned people? Why do teachers and staff members treat dark skinned students different from the light skinned students? Why do people put light skinned people on a pedestal and sit there and praise them because of that high bright yellow color? If it really didn't exist, there wouldn't be some light skinned people walking around thinking that they own the place, that they all that in a bag of potato chips. If it didn't exist, there wouldn't be this light skin versus dark skin in every situation. I can go on and on. The next thing I said was Cold Stone is overrated. I just had Cold Stone for the first time last week, I think it was. It wasn't all that. It was some expensive ice cream, and it didn't even taste homemade. It tastes processed. And those people didn't chop fold my ice cream. Isn't that what y'all are known for? The next thing I said was it's better to be hot than cold. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I'd rather be freezing than hot, because for some reason when it's like really hot, I can't sleep. It's just so uncomfortable. The next thing I said was dogs seem more human than cats. I don't know, y'all, because cats, they very much so have that human-like quality, you know, that antisocialness in them, that sassiness in them. If dogs were people, they would probably be like the fakest people you'd ever meet, because what you so friendly for? What you smiling in my face for?
Hey. How y'all doing?
The next thing I said was the phrase understood the assignment is so played out. It really is, because some of y'all really don't understand the assignment. And I ain't talking about schoolwork either. Do you know how many times that comes up on my For You page? Talking about, I understood the assignment. I understood the assignment. Clearly you didn't. You didn't get the memo. The next thing I said was ketchup goes in the fridge after opening it. I don't know about that. I wouldn't want cold ketchup. It's probably nothing wrong with cold ketchup, but just the thought of it being cold. I've never put ketchup in the refrigerator after opening it. The next thing I said was I love Insta brows, but can't stand the bushy look. I'm trying to think, what is the Insta brow? Like the ones with the stencils, or like the way the Instagram models do their eyebrows? I have to look this up to give a proper opinion on it. It's kind of like a messy look. I remember when this went viral. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Personally, I wouldn't do it on me because I feel like that wouldn't look good on me. Next thing I said was you don't need to go to college to be successful. 100% agree with that. You don't need to go to college to be successful. Look at some of the successful people in history. They didn't go to college. But at the same time, when you go to college, you know, and you get that degree, you can walk around with it and say, baby, do you see this? I got my master's. It just kind of depends on what kind of career choice you're going into, because for some fields, you're going to need a degree. But to be successful, it depends on what you obviously define as successful. The next thing I said was In-N-Out Burger is disgusting. I don't know, we don't have an In-N-Out Burger where I am, so I've never had it before. If you had to use the word disgusting, it must not be good. The closest thing that we have to that is Five Guys, and I like Five Guys, they're really good. But that was everything that y'all had to say. I love doing these kind of videos. I haven't done one since last year, so I was like, it's time to do another one. But if y'all want me to continue doing these kind of videos, just let me know down in the comment section. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. And hit that subscribe button to join my YouTube family, the Little Family around. You already know what's going on. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace. Also, thank y'all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Celebration video is coming soon, but go ahead and celebrate in the comments one time for me. Anyway, bye y'all.